Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Jenny, I've been digging into this whole death of the cheap graphics card thing, and wow. Just wow.
Oh, I know. I saw that video title and I was like, hold up, what's going on? It feels like just yesterday we were talking about how great budget GPUs we're getting.
Right? It's this whole showdown between the absolute cheapest discrete GPU you can find and these new AM5 APUs. Accelerated processing units, for those just tuning in, they're basically CPUs with surprisingly good graphics built in.
Okay, so it's like a 2-for-1 deal? You get your main processor and your graphics all in one chip? That sounds convenient, to say the least. But can it really compete with a dedicated card?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And from what I've gathered, the answer is complicated. So, the video we're talking about, Death of the Cheap Graphics Card, it pits these two options head-to-head. And one of them didn't do so great.
Ooh, drama. Okay, so lay it on me. Which one struggled? And, more importantly, time why?
Well, without spoiling the asterisk whole times video, you should all definitely check it out. Let's just say the really times cheap discrete GPUA had some issues. Think about it. To hit that rock bottom price, they had to cut corners somewhere.
That makes sense. You can't expect top-tier performance for, like, $50. So what kind of corners are we talking? Low VRAM? Outdated architecture?
Bingo. VRAM, video RAM, is a huge one. It's like the graphics card's own dedicated memory. And if it's too low, you're going to get stuttering, low-resolution textures, a generally bad time.
So it's like trying to run a marathon with tiny, cramped shoes. You might technically be able to do it, but it's not going to be pretty.
Perfect analogy. And then there's the architecture itself. Some of these super budget cards are using older designs that just can't keep up with modern games.
Okay, so the asterisk really times cheap discrete GPU is out. But what about the APU? How does that hold up?
This is where it gets interesting. These new AM5 APUs, especially the Ryzen 8000G series, that are rumored they're packing some serious integrated graphics power. We're talking performance that's getting close to asterisk previous generation times entry-level discrete GPUs.
Whoa, seriously? So you're saying I could potentially get, say, RX 6400 level performance without actually buying an RX 6400?
Potentially, yes. Now there are caveats, of course. APUs share system memory, so you don't have that dedicated VRAM. But for 1080p gaming at lower settings, they're becoming a asterisk very viable option.
That's kind of a big deal. Especially for people building PCs on a tight budget. It simplifies things, lowers the overall cost.
Exactly. And it's not just AMD. Intel's been making strides with their integrated graphics too, though they've had some driver issues, shall we say?
The dreaded driver issues. The bane of many a PC gamer's existence. So, even if the hardware is capable, buggy drivers can ruin the whole experience.
Precisely. I saw some forum posts on the AMD community forums, people talking about the cheapest APUs and graphics cards, and driver stability was a recurring theme.
So what's the overall takeaway here? Is the cheap, discrete graphics card truly time dead?
I wouldn't say dead times dead. More like on life support. In a very specific niche. If you're looking for the asterisk absolute times cheapest way to get a picture on your monitor, sure, they exist. But for any kind of decent gaming experience, APUs are looking more and more attractive.
It's a shifting landscape, for sure. And it sounds like, for budget-conscious builders, APUs are offering a compelling alternative. But what about, say, the slightly less budget options? Like the sub-$250 range.
Oh, that's a whole different ballgame. You've got cards like the Intel Arc B580, which, according to Tech Radar, is offering performance that punches above its weight class.
So the mid-range is still thriving? It's just the asterisk vary times bottom end that's getting squeezed?
Exactly. And even there, you have options like the AMD RX 7600, which is still a great card for 1080p gaming. It's just that the value proposition is changing.
It's all about finding that sweet spot, I guess. Balancing price, performance, and your specific needs.
And keeping an eye on those driver updates. Don't underestimate the importance of good software support.
Words to live by, my friend. This has been enlightening, as it clears up how modern integrated graphics are starting to take over the entry level.
Anytime. Remember to like and subscribe for more deep dives and gaming goodness.